We welcome you back to Phoenix, Arizona. A check of the starting lineups for the Los Angeles Lakers in the backcourt. The veteran Derek Harper playing well. Kobe Bryant, new acquisition. Glenn Rice up front with Shaquille O'Neal. Dennis Rodman making his fourth start of the season. A look at the Suns. The man who leads the NBA in assists, 11 a game. Jason Kidd, the rookie from UCLA. Toby Bailey with Tom Gugliotta, Luke Longley, the one-time Chicago Bull, and Clifford Robinson on the front line. There's head coach Danny Ainge, his second full year as the head man of the Suns, following a stint with Turner Sports. Always excellent preparation for the coaching ranks. And Kurt Rambis, who has taken over from Del Harris. His record as a head coach, 14-5.
There's more.
All right, thanks, Cheryl. The officials, Ted Bernhardt, Joe Crawford, Tommy Wood, Toby Bailey with the save, and Harper able to pick it up. So the Lakers to the offense for the first time. O'Neal working against Longley.
The Suns want to play Shaquille one-on-one the early part of this game and then obviously make their...
Sunday in Los Angeles with a couple of key jump shots. And here's Kobe Bryant challenging. Are you surprised that the Suns do not run more, or are they not capable of running more? It counts, and the foul. Clifford Robinson heads to the line.
Well, he has been very consistent this year. Clifford Robinson making a nice little move, taking the bump across the middle. Watch it as he goes across. There's the bump, keeps his concentration on the rim, and lets it happen for him.
Here comes Bailey on the run. Looks like for a moment he surprised Robinson, but Robinson able to convert, and the Suns lead by one.
Have to get to Jason Kidd early in the backcourt to slow down his momentum.
Phoenix on top for the first time, and that time Luke Longley gambled, and it cost.
Lost. Well, Danny Ainge told us they're going to play single coverage on Shaq with Luke. That's a phantom defensive try. Coaches hate that when you flag at the ball trying to get a steal. That's probably why Luke is out of the game right now.
Luke Longley sitting down. The 14-year veteran Joe Klein has come on, and he will have to contend with Shaquille O'Neal. Screen and roll for O'Neal. Klein tried to draw the foul as he went down. No call made.
And one of the things that happens when you play a guy that's so potent offensively like Shaquille, single coverage, as you see, Tom Gugliotta collided with Joe Klein, and obviously with that much body falling on top of you, things break, things get bruised.
So Tom Gugliotta shaken up. Phoenix trainer Joe Prosky out to take a look.
Shaquille going to the bucket, and Joe basically falls down, and I have to think that fell into Tom in some form here. Right there, here comes his leg. Oh, that hurts.
Right across the right leg of Tom Gugliotta. We've played 5 minutes. The Lakers lead the Suns by the score of 10-7. What a start for Shaquille O'Neal with 8 of the Laker 10 points. Reggie, a scary collision right here. Recall the incident last night. Stephon Marbury, Jason Williams getting together, which led to the broken leg suffered by Jason Williams. This time Gugliotta shaken up.
Right there. See his right leg go down as Joe Klein fell into it. A lot of things can go wrong when that type of thrust comes down on top of you. Gugliotta walked to the locker room, didn't see a real gimp in his get along, but certainly that has to be painful, Mark.
Nice ball movement to the open Rice. Yes, a 3 for Glenn Rice. And the Lakers lead 15-9 in the backcourt. O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is 6 for 6. Unstoppable.
Players start thinking, hey, Shaq's not out here. It's my turn.
Bryant. Well, Kobe off the fadeaway. That's his second field goal. And here's the three-pointer by Robinson. Clifford Robinson.
A therapist that he goes to see every day, that travels with him and makes things happen. Glenn Rice shooting the ball. The one thing that Glenn took
in Greece last summer that won the bronze medal. Here's Rice putting the moves on Bryant, able to bank it home. He fired it up off glass.
You remember what Danny said, the team slept back and let them shoot. They have no respect for the Suns from the perimeter.
And Rice again from downtown. That's That's his third.
Playing basketball before it's your turn. In other words, setting your man up with timing.
And Shaquille O'Neal at just under 55% from the line. Hits 1 of 2.
Don't, and then they try to set up something in the half court.
Reed, J.R. Reed. Shot clock down to 7. Harper. Reed fires and hits. J.R. Reed with 3 field goals, 6 points, 3 of 4 from the field.
I kid you not. His shot looks exactly like the way I used to shoot in high school.
Is that good or bad?
Oh, he's 3 for 4.
Robinson. Clifford Robinson. Jason Kidd going 1-on-3, finding McLeod for 3. Yes. Changed his mind. Met by Robinson. Rodman came up with a rebound. Here's Ori. Rodman again. Oh, what an effort. What unbelievable instinct for the basketball.
You can't teach that.
And here's Reed. That time he shot it from up higher.
Slightly.
And the Lakers now lead 42-33. Another one pick of Charlotte. Robinson for 3. That's his second from downtown tonight. And here's Reed. Passed on the 3. Hits the 2. He can't believe it. He's shaking his head. And the bench enjoying it. Gugliotta putting the moves on Rodman and hitting. Tom Gugliotta with his first field goal, 0 for 4 in the first half. By 6, we played 2 minutes, third quarter. Gugliotta working against the hand check, and then Rodman hit the floor trying to take Gugliotta with him.
Well, that's a good call by the official. Rodman trying to get a flop and bad acting at that. Taking it, got some nice ball movement, got some feet movement, takes the punch squarely, but still probably not enough contact for the referee. Had he not fallen down so hard, the ref might have gave him the call.
Kobe Bryant. Yes, and it counts. Kobe going with the sweeping high dribble and drew the foul.
Kobe's got an array of ways to beat you. Right here, watch when he picks it up. Right here, he picks it up and splits the defense, and that's what makes it such a nice play.
McLeod from downtown. That was his second from downtown. He's 2 of 2. O'Neal. It counts. And the foul. Take Reggie.
No, but I tell you, Shaq is so light on his feet.
Oh, nicely done. Gugliotta from Robinson. Jason Kidd, who is so effective running the floor. Kidd passing for a moment and then hitting the 3.
That was one of the reasons that they wanted to go out and get Glenn Rice, not only for his ability in the half-court game in the playoffs to hit the outside jumper, but he's also an 80% free throw shooter.
More frequently, but that has been the story down through the years. Every coach who's had him knows he can put it on the floor. They'd like to see more to get it to the line. It counts, and the foul. Clifford Robinson with the bucket, and he was hacked by Rice. Kobe to the stutter step, draws the double, and pass broken up by Robinson. Kidd with a 2-on-1, takes all the way. And the Suns are within 5. Here's Harper. 3-pointer. Robinson draws the double. Here's Kidd for 3. Yes. That's his second from 3-point land. What a play on Fisher. Jason Kidd gets the roll.
He's so tough. He's a lot like Mark Jackson down on that low post.
Starting at 8 Eastern, Magic and Knicks in game 1, followed by the Jazz and the Lakers. And that's a 3-pointer. Oh, Kidd able to split through 2 Laker defenders, and he'll go to the line. What a move by Jason Kidd. Lakers by 1, down to 20 seconds left in the third. And the call away from the ball with Fox and Manning coming together. And the foul on Rick Fox. He's hit with a technical. Ted Bernhardt, who was not a favorite of Dennis Rodman, and the same can be said the other way. And apparently a second technical, which means an ejection. Rick Fox is gone. Rick persisted. I recall it was Dennis Rodman. Recall from seeing it on the highlights a number of times.
Well, Rick Fox was complaining that he didn't throw the elbow. Nice little hip check. Watch Rick Fox right there. Sticking out his arms.
Kidd. Rodman just batted it away, and that shot, let's see, will it count? No. Too late. Came after the horn. Morris putting moves on Ori and lost the handle.
So we have to remember Shaq will be back in the game shortly, and that does change things.
Technical foul and an ejection. Chris Morris is the man who apparently has something to say to Joe Crawford, and Danny Manning keeping Morris away. Look out. Here comes Danny Ainge ushering Morris toward the locker room. So Rick Fox moments ago hit with the two technicals, and now Chris Morris. Shot clock at 7. Ori with a gorgeous pass for Kobe Bryant.
Off a great cut off the weak side.
For Shaquille O'Neal, J.R. Reed continues the touch. Kidd for 3. Back tap by Gugliotta. McLeod feeling it.
And he feels it.
The doubleheader here on TNT. Lakers by 2. Robinson had it knocked away by Bryant. Bryant chased by Gugliotta. Gugliotta with the hustle and the steal. McLeod puts moves on Rodman. McLeod for 3. And again Gugliotta aggressive defensively. That time trying to steal it. And he fires the 3. Loose ball foul. Stay right here, says the official. Ted Bernhardt. Foul committed by McLeod.
Of the play. Right there, I thought that was 2 forced shots.
Well, Dennis Rodman to the line with Phoenix over the limit. Just a 45% free throw shooter. 14 of 32 now from the line for the season. Dennis has not attempted a shot. Has 12 rebounds, as you see. Lakers by 3.
As much of a non-shooter Dennis is, he even loves the challenge of stepping up to the free throw line and making free throws for the crowd.
O'Neal taking it wrongly, who went down in the foul call. Offensive foul. 8 assists, 6 rebounds for Kidd along with the 20 points. Bryant. Well, you mentioned he's come up big down the stretch. Another bucket for Kobe Bryant. Bryant moves up high. Rice splitting through. Rice to the bucket. Glenn Rice. This is where people who don't like the chances of the Lakers look at it as a danger area, that free throw situation. Here's Bryant. Kobe Bryant that time forced the issue. Last touch by the Suns. Bryant goes to his left. Rodman trying to keep it alive. And the Suns with an opportunity to tie. Here goes Kidd putting moves on home. Tied the game with a sensational drive. Tied at 89 and the foul.
With Shaq out of the game, they have 2 guys on the floor that they could go to for any time big shot.
How do you think Shaq is handling this? What do you think he's thinking?
Well, knowing Shaq, he wants to be out there. But this is also a little bit of a different trend for the Lakers, although they did one of our last TNT telecasts against Sacramento when they lost, had Shaq out of the ball game.
Bryant, Harper, Rodman, Rice, Ori on the floor. Rice putting moves on Manning for the pull-up. Yes! Lakers by 1. 91-90. Timeout called by Phoenix with 7 and 1/10 second remaining. Bryant takes the delay of game, allowing the Laker coaching staff to check out the Suns.
So the one thing that you know with the way the Suns have been shooting the ball tonight, what you want is to make sure they have to shoot a perimeter shot. Don't let him drive to the bucket. You got to face guard Jason Kidd.
Down to 3, down to 2. McLeod forcing. not the shot that they had in mind, obviously. And the Los Angeles Lakers have defeated the Phoenix Suns by the score of 91-90 to make it 3 straight wins for Kurt Rambis and the Lakers, and a record of 22-11, while the Suns dropped 2 under 500. They're now 15-17 as they lose in this, the final game of the 4-game homestand. Let's go over to Cheryl.